Hello, my wonderful, beautiful friends. Welcome back to r/Entitled People, where you'll hear stories about people who can do no wrong and believe that the world revolves around them. Guys, in this episode, you'll hear 5 stories. The first 2 are shorter ones to get you warmed up, and then we'll dive into some crazy stories that'll make you shake your head. And guys, the last story in this episode just breaks my heart. With that said, I hope you stay for the stories today, and do hit that subscribe button for future stories. Let's dive in. So, I was in the grocery store last night, and the lady in line in front of me was on her phone, while the high school girl cashier was ringing her up. She said, $15.33, please. The woman handed her some money, said, "Don't worry about the change," while still on the phone and walked out. The cashier looked confused, and I was like, "What's up?" She said, her bill was $15.33, but she only gave me $15 and told me to keep the change. She's on the phone though, so I really don't know what to do. I was like, "What? You want me to go get her?" The girl clearly was not looking forward to confrontation, but I was. I ran out and told the lady that she just stiffed the kid 33 cents. The lady was like, "Hold on a second. There's a guy here ranting and raving about something. What do you want?" I said, "You didn't pay your whole bill. You still owe the store 33 cents. She took out her purse and said, 33 cents? Are you kidding me? And started rummaging through her purse. She held out 2 quarters towards me, and I said, "Do I look like the cashier?" She then made a huge grunt and stomped back in and paid, but made a big show of saying, 33 cents? Really? I'm here like 3 times a week, and you can't let 33 cents go? The poor girl was embarrassed, but grateful. Nobody clapped or gave me $100, but I still felt like Batman. Guys, I'm gonna try that out sometime. I do need a new laptop. You think it'll work? "Sir, you only gave me $20 for this $700 laptop." What? I'm here 4 times a year shopping for electronics, and you people can't seem to let $680 go? The nerve of you. I'm kidding, that probably will not work. I'm just being dumb. This happened a few days ago, but I'm still shaking my head at this woman and her family. They spent about 10 minutes in the store with no problems. I got her all rung up and ready to go, and she writes a check. Still no problems. I ask for ID to verify the check, which is store policy. And then she looks at the pen she's holding onto and says, "Since I just spent over $100 here, I'm entitled to take this pen." Now, this pen is the best pen we've had for writing on thermal receipt paper. Everyone knows that when you get a pen like this, you will never have any problems with it not writing at all. I'm looking at her and I told her that you cannot have that pen, but we do have free ones that you can take, and you can take as many of the free ones as you want. But she said, "I'm entitled to take this pen." Ugh, I just wanted to smack this woman upside the head. I told her again, "No, you cannot have it." I turned to put her check into my register, and she flipping walked off with my damn pen. I told my boss lady what happened, and the boss lady is writing the customer a letter saying that she's banned from the store until she returns the pen back to us. Oh no, lady. If you spend $100 at an establishment, you spent $100. You don't get to decide what you're entitled to because you spent a certain amount. That's not how things work. She probably takes all the sugar packets from the tables at the restaurants too, guys. Background. So I work in a supermarket. I've been there nearly 7 years, and I've run out of any cares I previously had when I began. Today was slightly different. Prepare for a long, wild ride. So I'm hanging out packing bags for a coworker. Anything to get out of doing real work. When the customer points at the screen and abruptly says, "That's wrong." I replied, "Oh, sorry, what's wrong?" "The salad tubs. They should be 2 for $7. So I go and check out the deli again, realize that she's got 1 classic tub, which is $4, and 1 gourmet tub, which is $5. The special is only for the classic tubs. The sign very clearly states that under the classic heading. There's no mention of any special under the gourmet heading. I grab the sign and head back over to the register, and I said, "Sorry, look, you've grabbed 1 of each. It's only the classic tubs that are on sale. Would you like me to get you another classic tub?" The woman then says, "That's wrong. That's false advertising. If it's written on the sign, it means all of them." I told her, "Well, sorry, that's not how it works." She then says, "You have to give it to me for $7. Your attitude is appalling." My coworker chimes in and says, I can't mark stuff down without asking the night manager. She said, call him down here now. So I call him, he's busy, and asked what's going on. I explain, and he says, give it to her for $7. What? No. I can't believe this is happening to me. I take a deep breath, turn around, and smile and said, well, I've spoken to him, and he says today we'll reduce that price for you. She says, it isn't reducing the price, it's giving me what I'm entitled to. My coworker changes the prices. She slams her card into the machine. Transaction doesn't process because she's putting in the wrong PIN. Coworker says, sorry, you've put in the wrong PIN. Can you please try that again? She's screaming at this point and says, stop sabotaging my finances. What's your name? Coworker responds Mark, and she says, Mark, you will be hearing from me. She finally leaves, and I'm shaking because I really do not deal with people shouting at me. But the next customer's lovely, and we all relax, and it's gonna be alright. But nope. Half an hour later, the night manager calls from upstairs. He says, OP, what did you and Mark do? I've never had a customer yell so much about how bad the staff are. I explain the situation to him, and he says, no, you know better. The customer is always right. If they're gonna be like that, give them what they want and move on. It's their happiness over yours. I hang up the phone, look at Mark, and burst into tears. I haven't cried like that for years at this job, and I'm so ashamed. People are looking at me, so I just mumble, back in a minute. I walk outside and just let it out for about 5 minutes. I eventually start feeling bad for leaving Mark on the register alone, so I fix my makeup and go back inside. The rest of the shift passes. A man steals $100 of meat, kids are caught stuffing chocolate down their pants, and Mark makes me laugh. Just before I leave, the night manager pulls me aside and repeats exactly what he said earlier. I smile, nod, leave, call my boyfriend, rant forever, come home, and now I'm writing this. I can't believe the manager told OP that the customer is always right and it's their happiness over yours in this situation. In this case, you can clearly see that there's signs saying that one item's on sale and the other isn't, and you can't mix and match. The manager should have totally come down there and let that woman know. I'm a little upset that the entitled woman won that day. Now this lovely woman will get to go to other stores and pull this kind of stuff thinking that she's always right and she can do no wrong. I'm really upset. I'm a 32-year-old woman and I just bought my first house. It has 3 bedrooms, a yard, and that's just what I need right now. I'm single and have 2 dogs and a cat. My sister's 34, has 3 children, and lives in a 2-bedroom apartment. Lately, she's been talking about how such a tiny living space is not enough for the 4 of them. When she got to know about the house that I bought, she became very upset and told me that I was being wasteful, as I'm single and don't have kids and therefore don't need such a big space. I reminded her that what I do with my hard-earned money is none of her business. She went on to complain to our mother about how selfish I was being. So yesterday evening, I get a call from my mom telling me that I should let my sister and her kids move into my house. My house. I told her that no one was gonna live in that house that I paid for, but me, and that extra space would be great for my dogs to play in. My mom also got very upset with me and told me I was being unreasonable, that my sister's kids are growing and need this space more than my dogs. I offered to help my sister out financially so she could rent a bigger place. My mom got my sister on the phone who shot down the idea, telling me that I needed to let her and her kids live in my house. When I refused again, she very generously suggested a compromise, that I could live in the house with her and her kids and would not have to find somewhere else to live. She said this as if she was doing me a favor. I told her she had lost her mind and hung up. However, my mom and sister kept on pestering me, with my mom trying to guilt trip me by telling me that my sister had been crying over not being able to live in a nice house like mine. I got fed up and decided to shame them. So I made a post on Am I the A-hole about this, and of course, most of the commenters could hardly believe how entitled my mom and sister are. They got bashed pretty badly. After getting the verdict, I decided to send my sister and mom a link to this post, letting them know that I'd made it. As expected, they freaked out. My mom texted and called me many times, telling me what a horrible daughter I am and how I've embarrassed her in front of so many people. I told her to calm down, as these are all strangers on the internet who have no idea who she is. But asking my mom to listen to reason is like asking my cat to stop shoving things off of horizontal surfaces. So I told her I'd talk to her when she's willing to act like an adult. My sister's been crying about this to my mom and any other relative who will listen. Most of them won't. They had been on my side from the start and had agreed that my sister's demands were ridiculous. They think this whole thing is hilarious. It seems like OP's sister was the golden child growing up, and the mother still favors her. Who in their right mind tells someone who bought a house for themselves that they need to give it to another family member? OP even offered to help her sister financially, and she refused it, suggesting to move in with her instead. I'm so glad that OP never allowed them to move in because I can see this happening. Oh, well, you know your sister can't afford to pay you rent. She has 3 kids to worry about. Just let them live with you rent-free. Am I wrong, guys? Tell me I'm wrong. This happened in 1998 when I was 8 years old and my sister was 5. From a very early age, I knew that my younger sister was the golden child and could do no wrong in my mother's eyes. My parents had separated before my sister was born. Part of the reason that my sister was my mom's favorite child was her love for horse riding, which I was never interested in. The more hostile our mother got towards me, the less interested I got in anything she was interested in. Then came my 8th birthday. I was friends with our next door neighbor's kids and a few of them from school. Although I did not have that many, I loved the friends I did have and was excited to share my birthday with them. My birthday was on a Friday, but my mom told me she'd arranged for my birthday party for the Saturday, which was fine by me. The day of my birthday party came and I got excited. At that age, I hadn't yet had my heart crushed by my mother and her blatant favoritism, but this was the year I began to hate my birthday. The party was arranged to start at 12 p.m., so I wore my favorite dress and sat outside to wait for my friends to arrive. This was the point that I realized that something wasn't right. Outside was the mother of one of my sister's friends with a pony in tow. My mother knew I wasn't interested in horses, and even if I was, this horse was too small for an 8-year-old. As more guests started to arrive, my heart broke more and more. These were my sister's friends, not mine. And for the icing on the cake, out comes my 5-year-old sister in a Cinderella costume. None of these people were there for me. This was supposed to be my party, but instead, it became a party for my sister. None of my friends were there. All of the birthday presents were addressed to me, but were things that I did not want. My Little Pony toys and other horse-related gifts were what I got from my mother and the people at the party. The only present I got that wasn't horse-related was from our dad. He came later in the day to wish me happy birthday, and by that point, the other guest and the pony were gone. I can remember him asking what was wrong, as I wouldn't come out of my room or talk to anyone. My mother acted dumb and said that she did not know why I was so upset. It wasn't until many years later that my dad found out what happened. After that day, I did not want a birthday party again. Even now at 30, I don't make a big deal out of my birthday. I still celebrate it, but I don't do birthday parties. My sister has changed a lot since then, and I don't hold any grudges for the things our mother did. We don't speak to our mother anymore, and our father died in 2009 when I was 19. It's tough sometimes, but me and my sister are really close, so we have each other to lean on for support. I'd be lost if it weren't for her. Oh my goodness, guys. What a terrible thing to have happen to an 8-year-old. This has to be one of the cruelest, pettiest, stunning acts of favoritism I've ever heard of. Like I said, my heart is breaking just thinking about OP just standing there on her birthday, watching, while her sister's friends come in, and not hers. What the heck is mom thinking? And that, my friends, brings us to another end of r/EntitledPeople. Guys, if you enjoyed the stories today, do hit that thumbs up. If you missed the last episode of r/EntitledPeople, a Karen thinks she's more deserving of a video game console than some kids who are hospitalized. Yikes. Guys, if you didn't catch that one, go check it out right now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you.